So what should we do about our own ignorance and indoctrination? How do we go about undoing the conditioning?
Just like speaking Islamically, in my opinion, I think fasting would help. I think fasting will help, and I think dhikr will help. Because at the core of this is a lack of discipline and self-control and repression and constraint upon your nafs. Because you are going to, what they want to have happen is, like, for example, with the, like for example, in any of the Zionist propaganda that you've seen spread by no one more than by Muslims about the Arab regimes, for example, the land bridge, okay? The so-called land bridge that was going to go from the UAE to Israel, that they were claiming, that the Israelis were claiming, that it was first published by the Zionists, by Zionist propaganda, that they said, this bridge is active and the UAE is sending us food and equipment and supplies.
And we ran with
it. And Muslims ran with it. And they were sharing it and sharing it and sharing it. And part of the problem is, and this is why the nafs is important. This is why suppression of the nafs and learning how to control your nafs is important. Because it's so easy to share something. You just click the retweet button. That's it. You just see the headline. You didn't even read the article. You didn't, much less do any research about the article. You just saw, this is outrageous, retweet. Okay, control your nafs. When a Muslim is sharing it, then a Muslim is going to see it and go, well, he's not a fast.
Yeah,
that's a Muslim. He's sharing it. I'm not going to verify it. I'm just going to run with it. Because anyway, I'm in the momentum of social media, which is post, retweet. Yeah, we get as much engagement as possible.
Yeah, we need to take this seriously.
And what you need to be able to control is your nafs. Because this is just a knee-jerk reflex response that if you didn't, you don't even have to, okay, because here's the thing about that land bridge. There was a deal. There was an agreement. They were going to make the bridge. But it's like, I don't know how many thousand kilometers between UAE and Israel. But that's all infrastructure that had yet to be built. And like something like a week or so, or it was a very short period of time, I don't remember the exact time, but it was a very short period of time, since the agreement was signed, that Zionist propaganda was released and spread like wildfire by Muslims. Nothing had been built. It was not operational. It's impossible for it to have been built. The ink was still drying on the agreement. And you want to pretend it is. So you just have to do a little bit, just a little bit of research. Okay? But so when you feel this, because all of this, it comes down to the same thing of not being able to control your urges. And that's why I think fasting helps. And I think adhkar helps. Because you are controlling yourself. You're disciplining yourself. You are suppressing your nafs to one extent or another, to where you can have some kind of self-control when you come across something and you don't just immediately react to it and say, let me spread this everywhere in the world. And remember, it's enough to make someone a liar. You know, if they just spread whatever they hear. That's a hadith. Rasulullah said, it's enough to make you a liar if you just spread to others what you just heard and you haven't even checked yourself. Because I mean, for this kind of thing, there's a reason why they're putting it out there.
Yeah, of course.
And it's not for our sake. Get some sabr. You don't have to react immediately. And also, and I've said this a million times, that's an exaggeration, many times, you don't have to have an opinion on everything. This is another problem with social media. You think you're supposed to have an opinion about everything, even if it's something you know nothing about. You know, you're not obliged to have an opinion about something. And you shouldn't have an opinion about anything that you haven't researched. An uninformed opinion is the same thing as a lie. And again, I'll just repeat again the hadith, that it's enough to make you a liar if you spread whatever you hear. If you convey to others whatever you hear, that's enough to make you a liar. So remember that with regards to the people that you see, the people who are saying things and the people who are retweeting, because that's the modern digital equivalent of just spreading whatever you hear. That's literally what they're doing. They're just spreading something that they saw that 9 times out of 10 they didn't even read. They just read the headline, and they didn't even read the article, much less do any research about the article, much less find out about the outlet that published the article, or the author who wrote the article, or any of the other information that would provide a context to that article, to where you could judge intelligently whether or not it had any substantiation or basis in fact at all. Mm-hmm. That's literally what people do. When you see a tweet,
yeah,
that's, like many people have already spread that, let me also spread that. Yeah. No, don't do that, because that's going to make you a liar. Even if the person who spread it is someone that you would trust. Mm-hmm. You need to remember that hadith and know that this person might be inadvertently lying, because they're just spreading whatever they heard inadvertently, without an intention, without thought. That's the key point. Without any thought, just spreading it. So if you just, one of the first steps is just to control yourself in your reactions to things, mm-hmm. And have some degree of reticence, mm-hmm. when you come across anything. And whatever is your initial reaction to any information that you get, hold off.
Yeah.
Sit on it for a while. Think about it.